Today's episode is brought to you by Audible.com. Go over and get you a free audiobook 30-day free trial over at www.audibletrial.com/nerdcave. You can be picking up Timothy Zahn's new book, Thrawn. It's freaking awesome. Or you can get Ahsoka. You can get all these Star Wars books because everybody loves Star Wars. If you don't love Star Wars, what are you doing with your life? There's over 180,000 titles, though, to choose from. You can get it on your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle. And if you have an MP3 player and what are you doing with your life, you can get that there as well. So go over to audibletrial.com/nerdcave and grab you one of those new books. Get smart. We read at the Nerd Cave. We read. Build it beautiful. What's up, everybody? This is Zach.
And Robbie.
With the Nerd Cave Podcast, episode 210 of this thing.
So you paused.
210.
210.
It's a lot of anything.
Yeah.
Despicable.
210, 210.
210.
There's no
Yeah.
There's no and.
210 episodes in the can, already out there in the wild, procreating.
You get Pokeballs and you can catch them.
Yep.
Gotta catch 'em all.
It's all available over on that thing with an address. You can go check it out.
Yeah, you
Robbie.
have tons of podcasting platforms you
Yeah.
can find it on.
Robbie, how have you been?
Pretty good. Just getting into some new stuff at work. I go all next week to membership training to learn how to open up accounts and close accounts and other stuff, but that's like the majority of something that I'll be doing. But big story comes from Sacred Heart, the gastroenterology center where my girlfriend works. Mm-hmm. She had a coworker get a phone call from this man, and he was like talking about stuff that's wrong with him, and he's like, hey, he's like, you single? She's like, yeah, but he's like, let me take you on a date. She's like, no, thank you. But he's like, they told me that you'd go on a date. And she's like, who told you? He goes, these nuts. And hung up. She told me that story this week, and I died laughing. I was like, that's a way to prank call people. I was like, it's good.
Like, make yourself so unappealing that no one would ever want to go out with you, and then ask someone out and be like, oh yeah, I poop blood 3 days out of the week.
Yeah, I mean, I know you have my record, and I have, like, no intestines and all, and I have irritable bowel syndrome and all this other good stuff, but will you go on a date with me? Because my nuts told me that you would go on a date with me.
Let's avoid spicy food, please.
Yes, none of that. No pizza, spaghetti.
Lactose intolerant as well.
God,
This sounds like my life.
Story of our life. How was your week?
It's been a long week. It's been a long 2 weeks. It's going to be another long week this week, but everything's going well. Got the idea for the next year's show together.
Nice.
It's going to be about New York.
New York.
Yeah. So nice. You had to name it twice. So yeah, it's just been a long week, working at the gold mine.
We'll be sprinkling some Sinatra in.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I figured New York. I mean, you have to.
I never, when someone asked, if they would ask me 2 months ago, what show are you going to be doing? I would have thought it would have been that one. I had a totally different idea. And then they would have asked, is it going to have a ton of Alicia Keys in there? I'd be like, no. But it does now.
Hey,
so,
I like Alicia Keys.
oh yeah,
I
I do
mean-
too. It's just, I never would have thought that would have been the route that would have went.
It's so funny at work, because I'm on the front line now, and I can hear the radio better. And I mean, you have Alicia Keys, you have Vanessa, the one that
I have no idea.
making my way downtown.
I know the song,
Like-
but I always picture the people knocking the mess out of their heads now.
It's either that or it's the guy from Light Chicks.
Yeah.
But I'll be sitting there with a customer, and I'll just start, without even thinking about it, I'm start singing it, and my coworker Bianca's like, who you serenading? And I'll look, and I'll be like, it's some dude. I was like, I was like, this guy, and because I was singing that Michael Bublé, "You're everything." And and she was like, "Those are some pretty intimate words you're singing to him." And he goes, "Oh shucks." So yeah, I'm the singer at work now. So it's fun.
Could you be a wedding singer?
Such a great movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie. But anyway, back to your week, New York.
Yeah, it went well. Had our banquet, celebrated all the kids' hard work for this year, so I feel good. Just this weekend has just drained everything out of me.
Busy weekend or just
Felt like poo yesterday. Like I was gonna do a long live stream because Amy had her bridal shower yesterday, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna sit down and stream like 5 hours, just knock out Injustice 2 on that. Went and got Chick-fil-A. Oh Lord.
Did Jesus Chicken hurt you?
Oh man, I was dying. Like
You-
I was
you
like
didn't- Did you bless it?
I was cramping. Like I felt like
Did you
I
get
was.
your Midol?
I needed something, but it was like until 11 o'clock. I felt like I was going to die.
Man.
There you go, guys. There's my stomach poo story for the week. That's what you come here for.
Yeah. Our bowel syndrome that we have.
Guys, if you want to get this podcast early, you can go over to
get rid of bowel syndrome.
You can go over to patreon.com/nerdcave. Check out all of our awesome tiers. If you want to get everything early, you can start tossing us at $1 and get our exclusive bonus podcast. And then from there, you can become even more powerful. You could reach over 9,000. If you gave us over $9,000.
Oh, God, I'd pass out.
Yeah. Robbie would shave his beard off.
Hell, that
I would shave my beard off.
for 9,000, yeah.
I would shave my beard off for 9,000.
I would be.
I did it for 10,000 before, so.
I was say I'd shave my. Well, I said my head, but well, I would shave.
I would shave my head again.
Just for you. No, I'd shave beard, chest hair, butt hair, leg hair.
All right, we're getting too graphic now. But guys, you can go over to patreon.com/nerdcave. Toss us a few dollars. If you don't have the money to toss, that's fine as well. You can go over to youtube.com/nerdcave network. Get the podcast broken up segment by segment, day by day until Friday, where we post the full thing on podcast services and YouTube.
And if you can't afford it, there's other favors that you can do for us.
You can go like our Facebook
Like
page.
our Facebook page, share our videos.
Be
Well,
awesome.
There's other things you can do. I mean, so there's not all financial. We appreciate those who do, but there's other ways that you can get involved with the Nerd Cave.
Like, I've had this since December. Amy's mother got it for us. But I've never used it until today. I was like, it's a mechanism here. Like, it opens up and everything.
Contraption.
Yeah, like, it keeps everything cold. I have lukewarm water in here, so my vocal cords work, but it's cool because I'm like, oh.
Let me push my button.
Yeah, let me pushing up my buttons, babe.
Pushing on my button, babe.
All right, let's get into the news. First
Sad
off,
news.
we have some sad news. Soundgarden frontman, Audioslave, and several other bands. Frontman, singer Chris Cornell dies at 52. Chris Cornell, the lead singer for Soundgarden and Audioslave, has died. He was 52. As reported by the New York Times, Cornell died in Detroit on Wednesday night, shortly after Soundgarden's performance at Fox Theater. A statement was released Thursday afternoon from Wayne County Medical Examiner saying the cause of the singer's death was suicide by hanging. According to the Detroit Police Department spokesman Dante Freeman, officers entered the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino after receiving a call about alleged suicide. He said the man's wife called a family friend to check on him, and the friend forced his way into the room and found him on the bathroom floor, unresponsive, with a band wrapped around his neck. Freeman didn't specify the man's identity, only describing him as a white male whose date of birth was July 20th, 1964, which matches that of Cornell's. So, big shout out to that family. Our thoughts and prayers go out to them, the friends and family of Chris Cornell. A big legend in the music industry.
Oh, yeah.
And to go out that way is...
It's rough. Which, I mean, it shows that, when it comes down and all the lights and all the sound equipment and everything's gone, that even the big-time celebrities are just normal people. And they could be faced with normal day-to-day issues that we face, which is, depression, anxieties, and all that stuff. So, just because, look at Robin Williams. Everybody thought he was the happiest man in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, everybody faces their own demons. So, I mean, just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean that life's on easy street.
Yeah, and guys, if you ever have any thoughts or anything, please reach out to somebody that can help. Because doing that, you're hurting everyone else around you. I know you're hurting right then, but please reach out to friends and family. There's people that care about you.
You're not alone. No matter what you're going through, you're not alone.
Yeah. So our thoughts and prayers go out to Chris Cornell's family and friends. To some more lightheartedness.
Upbeat.
Yes. There's a man that has sued his date for texting during Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. No, this is a good story. The plaintiff, Brandon Vesmar, is suing for the price he paid to a 3D screening of the film, which is exactly $17.31. The Austin American-Statesman reports. Vesmar claims that 15 minutes into the movie, his date, who remains anonymous, started texting, ignoring Vesmar's request to turn off the phone after using it 10 to 20 times. While damages sought are modest, the principle is important as the defendant's behavior is a threat to civilized society. I like where this guy's going.
That's me snapping.
I was like, why is she snapping? I was confused.
Well, it's kind of like
It's like
you go to a poetry thing.
yeah,
it's
sort of like clapping because it's louder. You do like
Oh. Sorry, I'm not civilized enough for
yeah,
that.
you're not. So we should sue
you are a threat to civilized society. That comes from his petition filed to a small claims court. Vesmar's date said she was asked to pay him back for the ticket, but refused to do so because he took me on a date. After learning about the claim, Alamo Drafthouse CEO Tim League offered Vesmar a $17.31 gift certificate to settle a lawsuit. In an email he sent the American Statement, League said he agrees that the date's excessive texting during the screening is a threat to civilized society, but is also concerned of our courts being clogged with
Superficious.
superfluous.
superfluous. Yes.
Oh, I thought that was a
Yeah.
like,
It's
I'm
still
looking- I'm looking
it
at
works
an
out.
angle.
It still works out. So yeah, what would you do if you went on a date and that person is like texting up a storm during the movie that you've been ready for months?
I can act this out.
Okay.
Hey man, be quiet.
Do you know it's actually illegal to take someone's phone?
I don't care.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
You
guys,
just committed a felony.
guys, can you be quiet? I'm trying to watch
That's a
the
crime against humanity, though. Which one's worse?
movie. Guys down in the front, shut up. Try to watch the movie.
You be quiet, person with the face. The off-camera person with the face.
Of course I have a face. Why wouldn't I have a face? I am a normal person who has a face.
Right now,
That sounds like you're a robot.
right
No, I
now
have
with
a face.
the chair. Well, now she's turned around, but the chair was blocking her body. She's reminding me of like the Cheshire cat. They call it when
Ah,
just the
yeah.
head. I don't think it goes ma.
I'm pretty sure it just goes. "Mah."
Oh Lord.
Now, this was some pretty big news at the end of the week here.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are excited. I'm excited.
I'm excited for the person playing it, but I'm not excited for the movie.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm
Yeah.
ready
I
to
think
see.
it'll be entertaining.
I'm ready to see this person like interact with another person
Yeah.
that's in this universe. But Tom Hardy,
I thought you
It's
said
just-
Tom Holland.
which Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Tom Hardy is to play Eddie Brock in the Venom movie with the Zombieland Ruben Flesher set to direct. I butchered the mess out of that.
Probably Fleischer or Fleischer.
IGN can
Fleischer.
confirm Hardy's involvement as Brock in the film from Sony's Marvel Universe, which will be released October 5th, 2018. Production will start this fall. Venom will be the first film debuting Sony's bid to build its own Marvel Universe, despite Sony's unique deal with Marvel Studios to include Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's not a spin-off from the existing MCU films. Spider-Man Homecoming director John Watts discussed how the films won't be connected earlier this year, and we talked about that pretty in-depth. So, what are y'all's thoughts on Old Bane himself getting to play another villain?
You merely adopted the darkness. No, I'm excited that it is Hardy that is playing Venom, but the Venom movie in itself, it just seems just kind of thrown out there, like it was the pasta noodle that actually stuck to the wall and everything else fell. Like,
Yeah.
I love Venom. I love Venom as a villain. Venom, Carnage, all of them. It just doesn't make sense to come out with it now because we haven't even seen Venom in any of the Spider-Man movies, except for obviously the older ones.
Oh yeah.
That movie was amazing. No, okay, well, I actually have an answer to that. It's not a great answer, but it's an answer. Because, originally with the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans, they were going to continue making them.
Yeah.
But of course, that didn't work out. But they were giving a bunch of villains their own.
Aunt May was even going to have a movie.
Yeah, totally.
No, she was. Like, I'm not even kidding. Keep going though.
Anyway, they were gonna give the villains each their own spin-off, and then they were going to make a Sinister Six movie in that universe. But even though the Andrew Garfield stuff fell through, they still, because they announced the villain movies like way long ago, and since they'd already announced them, like they kind of had to. I mean, they didn't have to, but they were like, no, we're still gonna make them. So.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's going to give us more of a backstory for when they actually do bring these characters. But with them not crossing, it's not going to be the same people playing them.
No.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. Like, Spider-Man will come over and like fight these villains, but you won't see them even just like swinging through or flying through New York City, or they can mention them, but they won't be the same actors.
Yeah.
No.
I'm excited in a way, hopefully excited, but reserved at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be.
I'm curious because this has the possibility of having some actually interesting villains, because Spider-Man and Batman have the best rogues gallery,
hands down.
Oh, absolutely.
And them actually taking time to give movies for each of these villains will make them so much better than the crappy Marvel villains that we've seen movie in every time.
It's really sad when Loki is still your best villain, and that was from ages ago.
Yeah.
And now he's really
He's
more
a
like
good
an
guy.
anti-hero. He's not like, I mean, like he's
He's I mean,
villainous?
he's a dick, but he's not a dick. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tango, Charlie, Boxcar. Okay, never mind.
The code for
Yeah.
He was a good villain.
Yeah. Like,
I hated how it ended with him, but I mean,
Yeah. Like, my plan is to like brainwash a lot of people. So like, I have sleeper cells like everywhere, and then just like call them up like, hello, and like start naming off, like, and they're like, yes, and I'm like, do this, and like they bring me a ham sandwich.
Thanks, man. I call for dinner for schmucks, and he goes, I release you, and they're like, how do I get here?
I never watched that movie.
Oh, it's so funny.
what movie?
Dinner for Schmucks with Steve Carell.
Oh,
I mean,
I wanted to see that. I never got to though.
Yes, I have watched that, where he like had like little rats or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, yes, I remember watching that then.
anyway,
Moving on, Wonder Woman's first reactions are positive.
which DC desperately needs.
Yes. Several members of the press had the opportunity to see Wonder Woman early, and while reviews won't go live until the very end of the month, the embargo for the social media reactions lifted last night, and the general response has been very positive. Many of them, I'll read a few of them. I can finally share my thoughts on Wonder Woman. I really loved it. It's not perfect, but its charm won me over. Gal Gadot is wonderful. The movie is inspiring, funny, moving, action-packed, and very much the movie I was hoping it would be. Can't wait for all of you to see it. A couple people have asked me, yes, in my opinion, the best DC EU film to date. Wonder Woman has a welcome joy to it. Just reading those right there, I know it's the same person, Jim, whatever his last name, Vejvado. I'm not allowed to reveal. I am now allowed to reveal.
I'm not, but I'm going to.
that I enjoyed Wonder Woman. It's really good. Has heart and humanity that the DCEU needed. I'm not reviewing it, FYI, but seeing just those positive things coming from, the press that literally just buried Batman versus
They
Superman.
beat it with so many sticks.
Yeah.
Like
They would beat it with a stick, it would break, they would grab another
Another
stick
stick.
from the quill of sticks and continually
Yeah.
beat
But
it.
at the same time, they would stab the broken stick. Into
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
and they're still beating it till this day. Actually,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a huge fan of that movie.
I liked it. Like I said, the only issue I ever had with that movie was I almost don't know why Vin Diesel just popped in my head, but Lex Luthor. Like,
He would have been awesome, Lex Luthor.
La Familia. No,
Yo,
but
Spider-Man. I don't know why I said Spider-Man.
Well, because he's technically in the
Yeah, he's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
But that's the only issue I had with it. Other than that, I mean, obviously pacing issues here and there, but
Yeah.
it was an enjoyable movie. The extended version made it way better.
There's an extended version.
Yeah,
Yeah,
had like 30 minutes to the movie.
it pieces a lot together.
Yeah, I loved it. So
Yeah,
I enjoyed it for all the wrong reasons.
June 2nd can't get nerves at June 3rd. What is it on there? I just exited out. I think
It
it's
is
June.
June 2nd.
Okay, June 2nd can't get here quick enough.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
The trailers have all looked great. Chris Pine's always an amazing actor, and Gal Gadot, the first time I saw her in Fast and Furious, she's going to be amazing. So
She helped single-handedly bring down Braga with with him touching her booty in Fast
Yeah.
and Furious.
yeah, we have brownies down there.
Yes, I saw that.
Watch us eat bread.
Will it brownie? Yes.
Oh, God.
This chocolate does brownie very well.
God, what if we did something like that? That would.
You never know.
You never know with
Never know.
us.
Supernatural is doing an animated episode featuring Scooby-Doo in season 13. Well, at least they're shaking things up a little bit over there at Supernatural Land. Jesus
Hey, we've been going
Christ.
13 seasons, and we've had demons, vampires, people brought back to life. God has a sister, and she's the darkness.
Why does God have a sister?
I don't know. I didn't get that part. It confused me, but he does, and they're happy now.
Well, that's good, I guess.
Supernatural stars Jared
Padalecki,
and Jensen
Ackles.
announced the special episodes this morning at CW's upfront presentation in New York. Check out the first image of the crossover below. Oh, you can see that. Oh, they look so happy. Supernatural has dabbled in cartoon imagery before in season 8 episode Hunter Hirokai.
Hansuri Hirokai, I guess.
There we go. See, this is why they let me read it, because it's much funnier. There's
Yeah.
also a Japanese anime version of the show, which first premiered in January 2011.
I remember hearing about that.
I just said I never watched it.
Following the events of season 12, the 13th season follows Sam and Dean going up against a powerful creature that can either save or destroy the world.
Isn't that like every season?
Yep, just about.
So yeah, it's interesting. Like Scooby-Doo, always been the supernatural, mystery
It's
solving.
always they always for the most part debunk it where it's not supernatural, but then there's one little thing at the end where oh, maybe it was actually a ghost.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Like Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost.
Yeah,
Still my all-time
yeah,
favorite.
that was a really good one. Really good
I
one.
like
But, like,
The where Shaggy was the teacher of the girls' school.
the ghoul school thing.
Yeah.
I love that one.
That was a good one too. It was a really good one.
But this is a marriage that many Supernatural fans have been waiting for because, you're always what if they team up with this? And what if they team up? They're always the what ifs. Now that a what if is coming true and they're going to have Scooby-Doo, the Hex Girls. You really
Yeah, I was trying to remember their name. The Hex Girls from what movie was that?
put a spell on you.
Yeah, that was and the Witch's Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There was one where they were in the bayou. The bayou.
There's also one that had Kiss in it.
What was the one in the bayou? Scooby-Doo. I used to be Scooby-Doo
Yeah,
was
was
it
my
Zombie
pick.
Island? Last week we talked about Arrested Development getting a season 5 with Netflix and Jason Bateman signing a contract and everything. So this is just a little update. Netflix has shared news today confirming series creator Mitchell Hurwitz, along with Arrested Development's entire core cast, will be back for the new season. So
And that's the entire cast. That's the big news that's coming out of this
Yes.
today.
So if you were wondering, oh, is my favorite character going to be there from the core cast?
Yes.
They're all going to be there. So
See.
yes. So that's awesome. Little update for you. Also with Netflix is going to be producing the Witcher TV series.
Which is very interesting because we've known that game to movies
Have always sucked.
have never worked out.
Yeah.
Except for Doom.
Hitman was not that bad. of a
Hitman,
movie.
yeah, I've always enjoyed Hitman, and I was joking about Doom. I got
I know.
sick when that first person, like when they were doing it.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh. But The Witcher,
Yeah.
I think it's a great place to start out.
Yeah. And having that long form will be able to really develop the characters. That's one thing that TV has over movies. Like,
Yeah, more time.
yeah, more time. Next, Netflix will develop and produce a new show based on the Witcher saga, the series of 8 novels by Andrew something I cannot pronounce that inspired the hugely popular CD Projekt Red RPG games. This guy, Sapkowski,
Sapkowski.
yep, who does not profit from the game series, will serve as a creative consultant on the series. I'm thrilled.
Thrilled. He's thrilled.
That will be doing an adaptation of my stories, he explained in a press release, staying true to the source material and the themes that I've spent over 30 years writing. Thomas,
Baginski.
who directed the intro videos for all 3 Witcher games, as well as Cyberpunk 2077 teaser trailer, and who previously announced as being the director of the movie version of The Witcher, will direct at least 1 episode per season. So it's
Going to be multiple seasons,
Yeah.
it sounds like. And this is a game that you can definitely pull 10 to 12 episodes a season out of. Easy. Because, I mean, you have the main story, because you're pulling from all 3 games, plus there's, 9 books?
yeah, I want to say so.
And
Something
so
like that.
you have plenty of story. So this could be going on 4 to 5 seasons, 10 to 12 episodes each.
You probably do more than
yeah.
that, but yeah.
You don't want to beat it to death.
As we just talked about, Supernatural.
They've had a
The Witcher has more
Yeah.
more stuff to pull from than Supernatural. I'm just saying it's already established.
Yeah, and Supernatural has a way of making it work for them.
Yeah.
Because it is yet to seem old to me,
Yeah,
and I've watched every season.
I'm sorry.
I think
Black-
there's 10 books, by the way.
10 books.
I was close. Thank you, Google.
Yeah.
Is Allie Google now?
That's what I'm
I
calling
am
her.
Google.
Allie is our fact
I am
checker.
become
Thanks,
Google.
Oracle.
All right, I got that. Black Lightning, not part of the Arrowverse, and won't be a part of CW's next DC crossover.
So weird.
Greg Berlanti's upcoming DC series Black Lightning is not set within the CW's Arrowverse. As reported by Entertainment Weekly, the CW president Mark Pedowitz confirmed today prior to the network's upfront presentation that Black Lightning is not part of the CW's shared DC universe and such won't be part of its next DC crossover. We don't aim to do a 5-way crossover, Pedowitz told reporters. Black Lightning at this time is not part of the Arrowverse. It is a separate situation, but there will be a big fourth quarter crossover with all 4 of the shows that are on in the fall. It's worth noting that all of CW's Arrowverse shows film in Vancouver, while production of Black Lightning takes place in Atlanta. Couple that with the fact that Black Lightning won't debut until mid-season, and one can see why Berlanti's new show does not share the universe with the rest of the CW's lineup.
So, but did you also hear that Black Lightning's cousin will also not be part of the Arrowverse? You know who his cousin is?
We're talking about Static Shock, right?
No, I'm talking about Grease Lightning, go Grease Lightning.
Jesus.
I was waiting for that joke. So it was sitting there like I was waiting for you to finish. I was like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Uh-huh.
my god.
Uh-huh.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
to be part of the universe, he's like, he'd be like dead now. He's old.
So, that makes no difference.
That's fair.
There's time travel in this show.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I know somewhere deep down you're a little bit proud of
Also,
me.
Grease Lightning like lives in like the sun now because they like fly off into the sun at the end.
I'm thinking of Grease, I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah, Grease lightning. Like at the end of Grease, they fly off into the sun.
They do.
Never watched all of Grease.
What?
I've never watched all of Grease. I think it was an abomination. Grease 2 is way better than
Well,
Grease
you want to
1.
watch Grease. You
I
don't
will
watch
punch
all
you
of
in the
Grease.
face right
Grease,
now.
I'm saying it right now.
Oh.
Grease 2 is better than Grease 1.
You're dead to me.
We're just like.
No, but you know that they think that you know when she's talked about where she sings about where she nearly drowned. They say that this entire thing was made up, that she was in a coma or where she was.
So that would make sense for the whole car literally flying off into the sun at
Yeah.
the end. Okay,
Talking about a bright spot in my life, Destiny 2 won't use dedicated servers. Unlike its predecessor, Destiny 2 will launch on PC as well as consoles, but there is one thing that both versions of the game will continue to have in common: no dedicated servers. That's why this game is crap.
I'm not happy with that.
Have dedicated servers.
It already had server issues in the first one.
Yeah. In an interview with IGN,
I feel like I'm missing an article.
Yeah, probably. It's all good.
Who cares?
We're doing it live.
Yeah.
In an interview with IGN game director Luke Smith stated the dedicated servers were just not an investment that we made for Destiny 2. Instead, Destiny 2 will continue using peer-to-peer networking to power multiplayer matches, which could be bad news for PC players who are used to the stability of dedicated servers. Smith explained the smaller team format, although it's one bigger in the Trials of Osiris case, but smaller team format in general makes it easier for us to find tighter matches. According to Smith, Bungie is committed to tweaking the matchmaking parameters to have larger focus on the connection quality. Also, the PC version will support 4K and feature uncapped frame rates, but it may well be released later than console version. So that just literally killed two articles. But that's okay. That's okay. A lot of Destiny news here.
Oh yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that?
Anytime a game comes out that has multiplayer being a huge part of its driving value, and not having dedicated servers for that scares me.
Yeah.
Because I know with games these days, we're always having issues. Cause I know this is a completely different type of game, but I mean Pokemon Go. How much issues did we have with server issues? Like it was god awful. Destiny 1, we've had so many issues. We've had it with Halo. We've had it with all these
Call of Duty.
Mass Effect.
Recently, Overwatch has been having some problems too.
Like, I mean, with all these people who do have dedicated servers and they have server issues, how do you think you're going to fare without having dedicated servers?
I don't know.
I don't get it, Big Dan. I don't get it.
You know, for me, I don't really care because I don't like multiplayer.
And I know,
but it will affect the single player because I know we've had a lot of problems with the single player aspect of Destiny 1, having connection issues and everything. So without having those set up, it's going to affect the story part of it, which it better be good.
Yeah, Bungie, don't drop the soap.
I liked the story in the first, story that
what
was there.
Story? It was
it was enjoyable to play, but there was just such a lack of lore. It made it really hard to get into. Like I mean,
they had interesting points, but you can't make a story out of just a handful of interesting points. You have to connect those points. You have to give me information about what has happened. Like we got no backstory on anybody. You're just a dead body that was resurrected. You're Lazarus.
Well, it was basically like it made the way they made it seem is like there was all this lore out there. Like they were always alluding to it. But the way that the game was presented, it was as if they expected you to already know what it was. But it was new, so no one knew what was going on.
It was kind of like a fifth grader's, paper. Like he goes on like this tangent about like these space people and all of that. But there's nothing there. Just like, and then boom, boom, pow, pow, and pew, pew. And evil was defeated.
The end.
That was Destiny 1. So do a better job in Destiny 2.
Preach.
Destiny 2 Trials-like experience will arrive before Osiris-themed DLC. Destiny 2 will feature a Trials-like experience soon after the game's launch. Speaking to IGN, game director Luke Smith said, "I can't imagine shipping Destiny 2 and not having a Trials-like experience there very soon." Project lead Mark Noseworthy, I wonder if his nose is
Truly worthy.
Yes.
It can probably lift the
Chimed in to give a hint as just how soon, saying like launch window. When asked if Trials will arrive before the release of Osiris-themed DLC, Noseworthy said fans can expect it way before that. That said, Noseworthy remained tight-lipped on specifics, adding, "We've got some cool stuff planned for Trials that we're going to unveil later this year, so we don't want to give too much away." So, if you're into the multiplayer part of it, expect some Trials stuff very, very soon in the very beginning of that. Destiny 2 PS4 Pro couldn't run game at 60 frames per second. I think somebody's just
BS.
blowing smoke out their butt.
Blowing smoke up her skirts.
Yeah. Destiny 2 will run at 4K resolution on PS4 Pro, but will be locked at 30 frames per second because of the CPU constraints. Okay. So the way this article, this clickbaity article that we have on IGN says, couldn't run it at 60 frames per second. It's running at freaking 4K. 4K on a console.
Go F yourself.
Okay, so it runs at 30 frames per second. 30 frames per second looks natural to the human eye.
Yeah.
60 frames looks weird.
I hate 60 frames. I mean, I don't hate it, but you're right.
It's whatever. Like, frames per second, unless it's like, being choppy as mess, I really don't care. But if you're complaining about a console that can run at freaking 4K, the only one out in the market right now, and I know Scorpio's in the background and Microsoft's like,
Yeah, it's Scorpio. No one cares about Scorpio. It's Microsoft.
but it runs
I
at
hate you, Alex.
it runs at 4K, and they're like, it couldn't run it at 60 frames per second. Like, our big computer over there could run it at 4K, 60 frames per second easily because it's got a GTX 1080 in that thing. But look how big that is compared to the PS4 that's sitting over there.
Boy.
Go eat a bag of gummy worms.
Yeah, stop.
Big old bag of gummy worms.
the sugar-free gummy bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pound bag of sugar-free gummy bears.
Yeah, I hope you get the squirts.
Moving on, there are no plans for Destiny 2 on the Nintendo Switch.
It's not surprising
If they're
at all.
over there complaining about it not running at 60 frames per second on the PlayStation 4 Pro,
Well, homie, what you think you getting on a Nintendo Switch?
you better be thankful that you get an NBA 2K18 on that thing.
Like, I'm happy the Switch is doing good, but like, in no way I was thinking that Destiny 2 was coming.
No.
Like, be happy that you've got Skyrim coming, different things like that. But like these bigger games like this,
I know third-party support is a big thing with the Switch and everything, but you're not going to get like a copy for copy on those because the Nintendo Switch is underpowered compared to the other consoles. Still an amazing system, but you have to admit it's underpowered compared to the other ones. So, Destiny 2 has made the jump to PC, but it's unlikely to complete the platform quartet with a Nintendo Switch version. Speaking to IGN, Destiny 2's gameplay-relevant event project lead Mark Noseworthy is back. Initially said that Bungie has no announcements to make about the Switch at this time. When asked if that meant the franchise could embrace Switch in some way in the future, Noseworthy added, "I think it's pretty unrealistic, given we're an online-only game, right? The Switch, because it's portable, and I love my Switch. I've got Breath of the Wild here. I've got it with me. It's incredible. I love the console, but in terms of where it's at, I don't want to leave anyone with the possibility of, like, it's a thing we'll consider maybe next year. There's no plans right now for the Switch." So, if you're holding out for that, get it for one of the other consoles, get it for PC, and be done with it.
It's smart that they're not going to be doing it for the Switch because, like he just stated, it's portable, so you're not going to have
Internet connection all the time.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Bungie. I mean, I know the Switch, elitists are going to be like, blah, 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 blah.
I don't think we have many Switch
elitists
elitists yet.
Yeah,
But
they're
coming.
have Switch Elite.
They're coming. But
sure.
I mean, if you're getting pissed off over that, you need to go check yourself.
Well,
before
it
you
would
wreck
look
yourself.
worse
Oh,
than
yeah, it would
Destiny 1. Like, it would look really bad. It would run like crap. So, I think they're making the smart choice on focusing on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC, and making those as great as possible.
Agree 100%.
So, at least you did something right, Bungie. Unlike that story. South Park.
Well, they didn't write the story.
Huh?
I said, well, they didn't write the story.
Somebody did. They hired somebody.
I think it's like the actual game story.
Yeah.
I think about the article.
No, I'm talking about the games. The first game. I'm hoping the second game.
I'm hoping to.
Like anything. Like someone scribbling on a brown paper sack could be better than the Destiny 1 story. I am like burying
you're
Destiny
killing.
1 today.
It's all good. It's all good.
South Park, The Fractured Butthole. New release date has been announced. Following several delays, today's South Park, The Fractured Butthole will now release on October 17th for PS4, Xbox One, PC, Ubisoft has announced. After confirming The Fractured Butthole would still release within Ubisoft's next fiscal year, the publisher revealed release plans today. The game will be available in 4 editions, more than likely. They delayed this thing more than, like, it's like when you're playing a game and they're like, I need to go pee. And you're like, I can wait a little bit longer.
Or the even better one, I'll go to bed right after this little thing.
Yeah.
And then it's like 3 o'clock and you're like,
You got
what?
work at 7. Yeah. There will be 4 editions: Standard, Gold, Steelbook, and Gold and Collector's Edition. Steelbook Gold and Collector's Edition. Oh, we get a Steelbook that's Gold. The Gold editions will come with a game, its Season Pass, a Steelbook case, 3 additional South Park postcards, and extra in-game costume perks. The Collector's Edition will also include 6-inch figure of the King.
I really want the Coon figure.
Those who pre-order The Fractured Butthole will receive the South Park The Stick of Truth for free, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And an exclusive in-game assistant tally. That free The Stick of Truth offer. What?
Free the stick. Okay, the free Stick of Truth offer will be available until January 1st, 2018.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would have been the right way to word that. Who wrote this?
I don't know. Let's call him out.
I can't even pronounce your name.
Alex Gilyadov. Gilyadov.
I'm sorry, bro, but we found your typo.
It's not a typo. Like it's just not.
It's worded unelegantly.
It's worded very poorly, but it technically is correct.
Unelegant.
I was trying to give him let him go with like calling it a typo.
Well, it's not a typo.
You done messed up, son.
You done messed up, AA Ron.
No, his name's Alex.
E3 2017, continuing with the Ubisoft trend. Ubisoft press conference date and time has been announced. Ubisoft has confirmed the time, the date of its E3 press conference, falling in line with the company's previous yearly plans at the expo. The E3 2017 Ubisoft conference will be held in the blah 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 theater at June 12th at 1 p.m. and you can give all the rundown with that, and that's Pacific time, by the way. Ubisoft has not announced the full lineup of games expected to the show, but earlier today, a tease for the next Assassin's Creed indicated it will be shown off during the annual Electronic
Obviously.
Expo.
We know.
Yeah. So, there you go, guys, for that. Speaking of E3, while we're on E3,
Might as well.
we're going to be covering E3 in depth. We're going to do a prediction for each one of the conferences before the conference happens.
Predictions and what we're looking forward to.
Yeah. And this is going to start on June the 10th, and Saturday EA's conference is at 2, so our predictions will be at 1. And then after the show, we will do a kind of roundup, this happened, what did you think about this kind of deal. So each of the conference will have an hour before and more likely an hour after, and we'll figure out what we're going to do in between, if we're going to talk over it or what.
Yeah.
So June 11th will follow with Microsoft at 4 and Bethesda at 9. And then June 12th, which is Monday, Ubisoft will be at 3. We just mentioned that. And Sony will be at 8. And then June 13th, which is the Tuesday, Nintendo will have their part of their conference at 11. They're not really having a conference. They're having a Nintendo Spotlight with a Treehouse thing afterwards. So we're going to be covering that. I'll be putting up all the information for you to see. But I just wanted to let you know that's what we're doing for E3 2017.
Also, we got some big news coming up for next Saturday. Let me pull up the information.
This coming up Saturday.
Saturday.
As you're watching this on Friday or Thursday, because this is like the end of the show.
We
close to the end of the show.
Have been around for almost 4 years now. Or actually 4 years now.
Yeah,
officially. We've already hit that.
We've already hit the 4 years.
So we will be doing a live stream from 12 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. and that is Central Standard Time because we always need to clarify. So be sure to join us May 27th. We'll be, I'll be making not a dessert this time.
Oh yeah, for cooking with Robbie.
I'll be doing a little bit of that. We'll be playing games. I know we have Injustice. Might do some, different things here and there.
Mario Kart. We're going to do some community based stuff, as well as since all three of us are going to be here. I figured the month's AMA could be Ask Us Anything,
yeah.
Since all three of us will be there.
You're gonna be buying your own Mario Kart, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, cool. Because you ain't gonna have mine.
I'm going to take hers.
Oh no, you're not. I'm taking that down over there.
Break it.
I'm going to break it.
Break it in two.
Break it. You owe me, what is it, $60?
No, I owe you nothing.
He'll break you next. Oh yeah.
So yeah, plan to hang out with us on Saturday, May 27th. It's going to be an awesome time.
Yeah, you'll be seeing us sharing the mess out of it. So go ahead and click that you're interested, or that you're going, or that you just don't want to hang out with us and you want to be one of those weird people.
Yeah, and it's going to be everywhere. YouTube, both YouTubes, since we're going to be doing gaming and other things. Over on Twitch, over on Facebook, and if you really want, we can throw it over on Periscope as well, if you want that. So that's all of our coverage. We're going to be doing that Saturday, May 27th, and then starting June 10th, we're going to be doing E3. We got a lot of stuff planned for the next few weeks.
I'm really hoping I see some Jason Derulo at E3.
I'm sure there's going to be some stuff.
That was seriously, it's probably the worst thing I've ever seen at E3.
The dancing like giraffes and everything. God, it was so bad. We have one last article. There's a new Life is Strange game on the way. Original achieves 3 million unique players. Developer Don't Nod announced today the development is already underway on the new Life is Strange. You can check out the video if you want to. You can check out this article from the creative team below, where they revealed that Life is Strange recently achieved 3 million unique players, and the new Life is Strange is on the way. Curiously, the team does not specifically say Life is Strange 2 or call it a sequel. The studio is also working on a new RPG called Vampire, which is going to be awesome. If you haven't seen Vampire, it is so cool. Like, you're playing as a doctor that's a vampire, and like you can either like kill people and like get stronger, or like there's like a good and bad, like, or you can just feed on people. It's going to be freaking awesome. But Life is Strange.
No,
God.
no, stop. We've lived through this once. We don't want to do it again.
See, I'm almost scared to like stream our like moment to moment
Be like, what is this?
reactions, because we all understand my loathing of the Ubisoft conferences. Like, I don't mind her anymore. Like, I like her in Archer, and I like her on Whose Line, and I like her stand-up, and I like her podcast.
She's not a big fan of Girlwood.
No, I'm not. But yeah, there's Vampire right there with a Y. It looks freaking great. And if you have not played Life is Strange, I think it was my 2015 Game of the Year. It was phenomenal.
It's very enjoyable.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely
really great.
phenomenal.
Okay, I have to know which ending did you pick? Spoilers, I guess.
I saved her. We've already been through this.
We have. I forgot about that.
Yes, you were like ticked off at me that I saved her.
I was, because I did not save her.
Yeah, I saved her.
I didn't beat it.
You suck!
I quit game
You
sharing.
suck!
I quit
You
game
suck!
sharing with
You
the guy
suck!
who had it, like when I was on like the last few chapters of it. And I was like, I just gotta buy it.
Like, for me, it was one of those things where it's like, I liked Chloe, but a lot of the time, or was it Chloe?
She's a troublemaker.
Yeah, like, she had issues, and like, but it was just that,
Get a tissue.
no.
She was chasing her bliss.
She was chasing her bliss. I just,
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
You can't judge her life.
No, it wasn't the judging her life. I was just like, there are so many other people's lives at stake. Like, I'm sorry, Chloe, but you've been like Final Destinationing this game the entire time. You gotta go.
Yeah, I can
Also, I
understand
totally
that.
called the ending from like episode 1.
Yeah. Well, when you see the reverse where you save the dad, Like, that was heart-wrenching.
Oh god, that was
That was
so
heart-wrenching.
sad. But like again, it was one of those things like it like affirmed my mind where it's like, yes, this is really sad that you're gonna have to sacrifice like your best friend, but she was meant to die like early on. Like it's sad, but clearly like that's the route she was supposed to be taking. Otherwise, everyone else.
Because you're
would die.
always saving her butt from something.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I put friends before everyone else.
Well, she had other friends like.
I put friends before everyone else. If
He's
you're
a-
not a friend,
Who am I thinking
you're
of?
gonna die.
He's a biffle. He's a
The,
biffle for life.
The really Catholic
Best
girl?
friends for life.
Oh.
Biffle.
Well, she's the really Catholic suicidal girl. I can't
Yes.
remember. It's not. That's not Victoria. That's the
No, Victoria's the.
prep.
Yeah. I can't remember. I have her face in my mind. I have her face in my
That was also like really sad.
That's
Just
so
like
good.
being up on the roof.
Oh, yeah.
and,
Did
like,
you save her?
Oh yeah, of course. I saved
Okay. I didn't know if you were able to save her. or
her. Yeah,
not.
oh yeah. 'Cause
Okay, I
if
saved
you don't
her
if you
as well.
don't do it right, then you can't. I think that happened to my friend. She was like, I didn't save her, and I was like, you heartless person.
So there you got it, guys.
There you go.
There you
There
got
you
it,
got
guys.
it.
Life is Strange. You go play it. If you
Yeah.
haven't, if it's already spoiled for you, well, you know how to get to the end.
Still play it.
Yeah, still play it. You can go over to patreon.com/nerdcave. Go support us right there. Toss us a few dollars, just like Caleb Palmer and Nick Caputo did. Shout out to both of those guys. Caleb, our Patreon support, Patreon producer, /seducer, because I'd like to.
Oh man.
Also, guys, be sure to go find us on social media. We're everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Nerd Cave vids, or just Nerd Cave. We our Facebook page is actually growing a lot. We're having more and more people like it, so that's where you get more of the information side of what we're doing. We'll post funny stuff here and there.
Yeah,
But-
live streams, everything.
yeah.
Go through that.
The heart of the Nerd Cave is the Facebook group. That is where we sit down and we were able to talk to everybody. And it's not just us talking. We're having
It's the community.
We're having our community, our friends, our family. Everybody's posting about the big thing that happened on Arrow, or they're talking about this, or I'm reading this comic, I'm playing this game. Who's playing Injustice? Come fight me. So
Come at me, bro.
yeah, just join up and talk with us. It's fun.
Yeah, all of that's there. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. I actually even played with one of the people that watches my live streams all the time.
Nice.
It was his birthday this past Thursday, so he got Injustice, I had Injustice, and we played. Needless to say, I gave him a butt whooping for his birthday. Thanks, Jacob. It was awesome.
Who do you enjoy playing with?
Dr. Fate's really fun.
I haven't played as him yet.
Blue Beetle is actually really fast. The Flash, I think, is the most overpowered character.
That makes sense.
Like 100% overpowered.
Playing as Harley, I didn't like her at first.
Like, the more you play with her, she's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I found out that I was really good because I had to fight Scarecrow,
Poison
Swamp
Ivy.
Thing, Poison Ivy, the Joker,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just...
Oh, yeah.
The part where you uppercut, then you go, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
My favorite
Like,
move.
even having just the hyenas, like, in her...
Get 'em, boys!
Like, that's such a cool throwback. And mentioning Mad Love and all of that kind of stuff. I'm just, like, that game is hitting it on all cylinders.
And your fans who haven't followed deep, like Holly was like, why does she call her Mr. J? I was like, why doesn't she call him Puddin'? I was like, Puddin's always been around, but I was like, Mr. J is what Mr.
Yeah.
is what she's
Yeah.
more prominently known.
Yeah.
What she calls him. And so, I mean, just like you said, just the simple nods back to, older things.
Oh, yeah. And Brother Eye, like, them bringing that in is really, really cool. So,
Very good so far.
yeah, it's going to be awesome. Make sure, come hang out with us on May 27th. You get to play Injustice with us. That's
Yeah.
going to be fun. You get to play Mario Kart with us. That's going to be awesome. Probably do some Jackbox games. Probably break Allie's Mario Kart on camera.
If you break my Mario Kart, I will sue you. Just like the man sued his girl for his date.
He didn't get any money from her,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
don't be afraid. Do it.
Yeah. There you
You're married, my sister. She can wreck you.
go.
Good point.
Well, I have Santa Assassin on my side.
It's Santa Assassin.
Whatever. I made the cool thumbnail.
That's true.
If you haven't heard that story, go check out last week's episode. Guys, this has been Zach.
And Robbie.
Oh, and Allie.
There you go.
Have a week.
If you enjoyed that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want gaming content, you can go over to Nerd Cave Gaming right there. If you want to support us, you can check out Patreon right there. If you want more videos, check them out right here. Go ahead, pick one of them. I wonder which one you're going to do. If you're going to be cool, you'd pick any of them. All 4 of them. You'd be awesome.